I'm back! And just when you thought it was safe, my mail lady arrived and bought me my new die designs. So it's raining and it's miserable, so I'm just going to show you. My first die design is this lovely peppermint candy ball, and I'm going to get it out. Comes in 3 pieces, and the reason that I designed this is because I wanted a shaker that was a nice size with a good frame that you could get your sticky tape and everything else around and in there. And actually, I think I've still got a little piece of my plastic left in there. So you get a back, you get a front, and then you get a pretty little hangy tab. And I'll show you what I made. Isn't it gorgeous? My peppermint candy shakers. They're just swish them around, make you all seasick. There we go. So I just wanted to show you. And inside of those, I used my little Zootone crystal beads, which are glass. They're really, really pretty. And I can put a link below for you, along with the link for these dies. And I'm going to measure this because it's such a beautiful size. It's 2.5 inches across and almost 3.5 inches high. So you can see it in my hand there. It really is a gorgeous size. So I'm really proud of that. And I'm extremely grateful to MX Art for having the confidence in me to actually make some of my things, because I have to tell you that some of them can be maybe a little bit wacky or off the wall, and most people on AliExpress are not interested in making things like that. So my second die is this one, which I call a colour chip die. And what it does is it cuts 4 chips. We're going blurred because it is very grey and rainy here. It cuts 4 chips on each section, so you get 12 in one pass. I'm going to try and correct the camera. And basically it's for colour organisation. And here's some that I've cut. And I've done some greens, numbered them all, put them onto a little key ring, and then I put them onto a larger one so that I can build up my rainbow of colours. And then I'll do a little ring of my favourite colours, like flesh tones that I always go to, or my favourite flower or green colours, and then I can just do them like that. And I also, this is my smaller ring, but I have a large ring so that when I go shopping, if I'm looking for, let's get a clear picture, a cardstock that matches colours that I have, then I wear these like charms on a very large book ring, and I can just flick through the shelves at all of the colours of cardstock and make sure that they're going to complement all of the colours that I've got. Now this is regular white cardstock that I use for colouring, and it's important to use the cardstock that you normally use so that you're getting a true colour for when you want to use it. For example, if you use alcoholic markers onto professional marker paper, i.e. Copic paper, your colours are richer and darker than they are on a regular cheap white cardstock, I would call this, from Michael's, because your colours do saturate, not too much in this case, and absorb into it. And that's why I use this one, because it doesn't suck too much ink out of my pens. So that is what cuts all these, and you get 12 in one go. And of course, as you know, I use Touch 5 markers, and I am going to do all of my other colours over the weekend because that will keep me happy and give me something to do. And also, of course, the little tags that come out can be tags on packages. They can be advent calendar tags. If you've got a nice little number set there, you can cut them in pretty papers. and then you could punch a circle so that you've got a pretty coloured paper square, and then your white round circle with your number stamped on, popped on for making little advent calendar type gifts, numbered gifts, or for even if you've got a labelling system, it's just great to be able to cut 12. And as I said, I'm so grateful to MX Art for doing this, because the other sellers on AliExpress thought I was crazy, but there you go. So if you enjoy organising your colours, that's a great one. And it also fits a coin folder album. So if you don't like to store your colours on a key ring, these little squares will fit into a coin album so that you can turn pages and you can go through your true colour to your mid-tone to your light tones and all of your shading and see what you've got. So that's that one. Oh, and I need to measure it for you. The full plate is 4 3/4 inches by 3.5 inches. So each of these colour chips here, getting my arm in the picture, if you can see that, it's 1 inch by 1 inch. So that is your little colour chip die there. Now my third one, once again, is a practical one, and it's not fancy, it's plain, but it's the kind of thing that I use every single day when I'm making a card. I don't like to waste cardstock, it's very expensive, so I very rarely make cards that open. Instead, I make an elaborate card topper, if you will, and then I put an easel on the back. Well, here's my easel. See, it's not fancy or scrolly. It will just cut a nice simple easel. It allows you a panel here to write your sentiment. Once it's cut out, you put your sticky tape down here. Obviously, you pop it onto your card, and then you would write your sentiment into that panel. And if you remember my unicorn card from this morning, I stuck one on here for you, glued it on. I've been messing around on my desk and screwed all sorts of things up. But you would write your sentiment right there, and obviously you'd leave it flat. I've been bending mine around. And then when the recipient gets it, they can read the sentiment and they can fold it up and it will stand up. It does stand up. There you go. And it stands up correctly. It's nice and upright, enough slope on it so it's not going to blow over or topple over. And so that is the third one that I made. And I rarely do make dies, and the previous ones that I've made, I think most of them have just vanished from AliExpress. So if you like these, get them, because these might vanish too. You have a fabulous weekend, and I'll be back on Monday. I have some absolutely stunning paper piecing dies that I am going to show you. Have a great weekend. All links below. Bye.